Welcome to the saddest journey of My Sorare Journey.
We got Jota, he signed for Celtic. I was looking at him and he probably won't start or play, but I missed out on Kyogo and having that hype. So finally I've got someone that I can support if he does come off the bench or whatever. Captain Jota, he's done it again. Unbelievable. And Jota, oh my God, he is so good. I'm a Celtic fan if you didn't know. So to see him score and my captain, it's just everything rolled into one. It was absolutely unreal. Jota, should have captained him. Jota till I die. That should have been the mentality. But Jota, I just can't get rid of. I've had him for so long. He's my favourite Celtic player. Captain, 100 Jota to start.
Jota, my favourite Celtic player. So, it looks like Jota won't be at Celtic next season. I need to dedicate this episode to Jota for everything he's done for Celtic, for everything he's done for me. I miss you. I love you. Goodbye.
Bad news on the doorstep. I couldn't take one more step. I can't remember if I cried when I read about his widowed bride. But something touched me deep inside the day the music died.
A loan signing from Benfica, an unknown Portuguese winger in the form of Jota. I couldn't believe the turnaround that this man has had. How good he is to watch now. I mean, of course, you'll get a favourite new player at Celtic, but there's just something special about this kid. He's electric to watch. He just scores wonder goals all the time. Just a really nice, likeable person as well. So, no animosity to him leaving. I mean, I would go to Saudi for 5x my salary. So, no hate to Jota. I knew the day would come. I just didn't think it would be so soon. I mean, last summer, when he signed on a permanent deal, that was the best possible scenario that could have happened, having him until 2027. Obviously, Celtic will get paid handsomely for it at least, so onwards and upwards from here. Back to Sorare then, and the goal for summer is to make as much money as possible trading. We are trading limited cards, but also I'm interested in trading some of the rare cards. These are just some of the names I scouted in rare for potential buys. These are the potential names in limited. There's obviously a lot more. And in terms of the results, it has gone very well so far. We are currently up £370, a 20% return, and we've got a load of players to sell. If we're looking at some of the best performers, Crescencio Somerville obviously got him when he was getting relegated with Leeds. Then we had the Under-21s Championship. That's going to boost his price. And yeah, just a good time to get rid of some of him. But every player has really done well, like Alistair Johnson, Alex Garcia. The only loss we have taken is this very recently, which is this week, Ricardo Pepe, wherever I can find him. So bought him for 39, sold him for 37, loss of £4. What I was trying to do here was be the first one to Fabrizio's Romano news. It was more luck than judgment with Pepe. I got there with like 4 seconds after seeing the tweet. I was like, I'll buy a couple of him. Moving to PSV is a great move. But realistically, that is a classic situation of buying the news rather than selling the news. And yeah, it just mistimed. Like the links to Pepe have been Pepe to PSV have been there for absolutely years, have been there for weeks now. So people have been buying, waiting for this. Soon as the news comes out, they're selling, I'm buying, and then I'm going to make that loss. So I'm trying to get in front of that. That's why I've got players like Moussa Dembele in there. Obviously ex-Celtic, a great talent. He's now a free agent. There's no way I don't see this guy moving to a club. The only risk, obviously, is Saudi, like pretty much every Champ Europe player and now Challenger Europe player has of this summer. But yeah, it's just about getting those people that are either going to have some sort of speculation coming to them as a new club is announced and they're making links, or players like Canales, just really solid scorers that for his points average, I don't think he should be trading for £4. Lloris is someone that I've picked up recently for, those rumours and maybe getting a starting spot. £8 is a reserve keeper cost, so if you can pick them up for £8, it just makes sense to me. These are just my thoughts and opinions, not advice, and definitely not investment advice. Harry Winks is someone I'm really interested in. If we look on screen, I've actually picked up his limited for £3, but I'm trying to pick up a bundle, another bundle, I should say, this afternoon, because in this bundle, it's quite cheap in terms of the players in it, but Manolo Gabbiadini, now probably going to play in Serie B. The whole of the rest of these guys will be playing Serie B. Harry Winks is just moving to Leicester, I believe. That could be a really strong team just from those two, really. And then you get some additional fodder to use wherever. Like this guy's like 16, 17 rookie card sounds good. So yeah, that's really interesting to me. I think Harry Winks would absolutely rip it up at Leicester, but you've got to be careful. 99% or 95% of these transfers turn out badly. It takes people a while to adjust to new leagues, to new clubs, whereas in everyone's head, they all think it's going to go, swimmingly perfectly, just absolutely no downside to it. So I don't like trading and holding on to transfers too often. But you know some of them will hit the ground running. Haaland's always the one that comes to mind. But like someone like Harry Winks moving down to the Championship, it makes sense why he'd pop off for me. And if you're wondering how the last bundle went, the AC Milan bundle has done well so far. So Rafael Leao, we made £150 on him. Serginho Dest, we made £22. And we still got in the bank a Tomori, who's up about £40 if I just look up his price now. I'm not really interested in pushing to sell him too much because I think even at £144, his last sale of £144, I still think that's low for him. He's a fantastic player, nailed in his position. And then we've got people like Bakayoko for £34, who it's like, I'm not going to list for sale because if he gets some moves, he could be a £150 player. So I could sell myself short there. Theo Hernandez is the big one. Really weird price graph for Theo. I know which price I'm trying to sell him at. Fantastic. Oh no, that's a limited price. Come on, Sorare Data, you're better than that. Sorare Data, if we could flick to the rare price, as I'm wanting to see, that is good news. Okay, so the last Theo Hernandez went for 324. Essentially, I was looking to sell here just before he had that 100 against Gibraltar. I was happy to sell, into that hype because I knew he'd get a really big score like 100, but I didn't really have the players to partner him with. So here, 332. I got a bit greedy. I could have sold around that value. And I was like, do you know what? I'll play him for the game. Did that. 318 would be happy to take that. But then the rest, like someone, I think this is price manipulation. Someone sold him for £254 when the sale before was 300. It doesn't really make sense. Thankfully, the market recovered and realised like that is far too cheap. But because of that last sale, everyone is trying to buy at that price and negotiations, and some sellers that don't really know the market were happy to sell below what I would call a fair price for Theo. Now he's back up at a reasonable price. I might put him up. But if there's someone willing to sell at 320 here, I'm not in a rush to get rid of Theo Hernandez. He is going to be a solid player at Milan. I see him getting links to players like places like Man United. They obviously have a huge fan base. Players will want him, and he'll probably pop off and score good points there as well. So yeah, no rush to get rid of Theo Hernandez, but the bundle boys have done fantastic for us. I've suggested before, I really think bundles are a nice way to try and make some money on Sorare, because if you are trying to pick up one player, you're not going to want to pick up an entire bundle and be left with the dead wood. So that's where traders can come in. And I'm not a trader, but I'm doing it for summer because, I didn't want to play SO5 and watch American prices drop. If we are going to talk about prices of players, it's a very weird situation. We had this situation where card prices went up, not substantially, but there was a good uptick. But recently, the hype is dying down a bit. Like players like Verratti, they're linked with Saudi Arabia, sure, understand why they're going down in price. This was just a random sale of, the previous sale was far too low essentially. But if I get down to the lower end of my cards, a lot of them are dropping in value for, no particular reason. Mudryk, Frimpong, Julian, we know why he's going down, Edgar Bidet. So the lower end of the market seems to be struggling again. But if you're looking at the higher end of the market, like ignoring like Ralston's down 20%, Hugo Duro's down 10%, Enzo Fernandez down, my confidence in the market is not as high as it once was. The top performers like Unai, Remy, Rui, if you call him a top performer, Theo, they seem to be creeping up still, but the lower end of the market is falling off. So I'm really confused where this market's going. Typically over summer prices go up as hype comes in, and then in August people are selling out and you risk going down to levels that you bought them at or even lower. So I'm not sure what to do. I've built up a 1 ETH balance. Obviously, my plan is to wait until the new season supply. I still think that's the best method. Like, if I can wait till the end of September, that would be the dream. But there's so many moving factors in this. What team do I want to buy? How many stacks do I want to buy? Am I going to play limited or rare? When does the new wallet come out that might, get some new users onto the platform? All of these different scenarios. But I'm just keeping you updated, letting you know these are some of the cards that I've bought recently. players like Verratti, it's not nice that I've bought an extra Verratti and he's probably going to move to Saudi, but that's not guaranteed. And yeah, just some other people that you've seen before. So trading to glory, it is going well, but most importantly, Jota. We've had him for 2 years and it is time to say goodbye to his utility because I don't think Saudi will be covered. Picked him up for £22. I think he sold at one point for £1,000. So shows how much I love Jota if I wasn't selling him at that price. And yeah, I really hope Celtic will find a decent replacement. Yeah, top sale 1,150. So that is why we've dedicated the video to Jota. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, and yeah, all the best to you. Cheers.